And as a parent, watching your child melt down before school, struggle with sleep, or show signs of anxiety can be both heartbreaking and frustrating because you've likely wondered if the stress that they're experiencing is harming their brain development and their body. You may have noticed that when your child is under stress, other health challenges emerge, like digestive issues, like focus problems, emotional outbursts, and immune system challenges. But here's what might shock you. Research shows that 35% of American children experience stress-related health problems, with chronic childhood stress linked to PTSD, depression, and aggression. But what most doctors aren't telling you is that not all stress is harmful, because there's certain types of stress that are not only beneficial, but essential for your child's neurological development and the resilience. Now, our conventional medical system often overlooks this crucial distinction and the profound connection between stress and your child's nervous system regulation. Most pediatricians miss the real root cause of stress-related challenges, nervous dysfunction that can actually be measured and corrected through neurologically focused chiropractic care. So let me tell you about a kiddo named Braulio, whose story perfectly illustrates what we're going to discuss today. Now, before finding neurologically focused care, Braulio was stuck in what his family called a storm of stress. His nervous system was so dysregulated that he was dealing with anxiety, difficulty focusing, sensory-seeking tendencies, emotional regulation challenges, and motor tics. Now, his family put a lot of time, effort into other routes of care, like cognitive behavioral therapy and talk therapy, but unfortunately didn't see much change. Now, his mom said that all of these approaches were overwhelming to him and hard to keep up with, and the therapies really made him feel like he was a bad kid. But anyone that knew Braulio knows that he's the complete opposite. He's a smart young kiddo full of kindness and potential who just needed help calming and regulating his nervous system so that he could be his best self. Now, after the first month of neurologically focused care, his tics and sensory-seeking behaviors completely stopped. But by the end of his care plan, he was so much better at self-regulating, more flexible, self-motivated, and able to make goals and self-direct. And today, for the first time, he's able to start hobbies and see them through, like baseball and volunteering. He's so much more focused and even made the honor roll. So let's understand the neurological difference between good and bad stress. So there's beneficial hormetic stress, and it's short-term or moderate stress that actually strengthens your child's nervous system, similar to how exercise challenges our muscles to grow stronger. This good stress includes learning new skills like riding a bike, navigating social challenges, moderate physical activity, and solving puzzles that stretch cognitive abilities. Now, these experiences strengthen neural pathways, they enhance vagus nerve function, and they teach the nervous system to activate appropriately and then recover efficiently. Now, this type of stress is essential for healthy brain development, strengthening the neural connections and promoting neuroplasticity. But the problem with chronic stress is how it creates nervous system dysfunction. Now, when we're talking about chronic stress, it occurs when the sympathetic gas pedal remains continuously activated without adequate parasympathetic brake pedal recovery time. Now, this creates what we call subluxation and dysautonomia, neurological dysfunction that disrupts the balance between your child's stress response and the recovery systems. So the sources of chronic stress for children include family conflict, academic pressure beyond their developmental readiness, overscheduling, sensory overload from screens, and unaddressed health challenges. Children are particularly vulnerable because their brains are forming over 1 million neurons every single second, and stress-induced patterns become deeply ingrained. Now, this neurological storm often begins before birth, when maternal stress hormones cross the placenta and they influence the developing brain, affecting the nervous system. And then birth trauma from interventions like C-sections, forceps, and vacuums can cause physical stress to an infant's neurospinal system, creating stress, tension, and subluxation. And as children grow, additional stressors compound these early challenges: environmental toxins, repeated illnesses, emotional stressors, and developmental pressures. And over time, this accumulated stress leads to dysautonomia, which underlies many childhood health challenges, including sensory processing difficulties, focus issues, emotional regulation challenges, and immune problems. So within our office, we use the advanced insight scanning technology to detect and measure subluxation patterns and nervous system dysfunction that conventional approaches miss entirely. Now, these scans provide objective data about your child's neurological health, revealing exactly where stress has created interference with proper nervous system communication. And through gentle, specific chiropractic care, we help restore the balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic systems, enhancing vagus nerve function and improving your child's ability to respond appropriately to stress and recover efficiently. And when neurological function improves, parents often report significant changes like better sleep, improved digestion, easier emotional regulation, and enhanced focus, representing a fundamental shift in how their child's nervous system processes the world. So if you feel like the stress from the perfect storm of struggles is impacting your child, let's get to the root cause of these stress-related challenges. So click the link within our bio to learn more about stress and nervous system health.